Hey, what's up now? This garden in the gospel. Well, man, why I keep getting that wrong? This gospel in the garden. Man, I'm just sitting here, man, just out here enjoying this beautiful weather today. And man, I know noticed something with the garden. Look at this right here. Y'all see there's rocks right there, and then you see this green plant in the rocks, right? And so you got this is like this bed that I created around a tree. Framed this for the landscaping and put these rocks there and everything. But as you notice, it's this green plant coming up out of the rocks. And so when I first noticed it, I didn't pay too much attention to it. But now we've been getting some good rain and stuff like that. So, it has accelerated in growth. And just a thought came to my mind is that even though when you look at this tree, it's green, or this little plant, and you look like it's green and everything like that, but that growth is out of place because this area right here is where the rocks are, and nothing is supposed to be growing in those rocks. Nothing is supposed to be growing in those rocks. So actually, what it looks like green, and it looks like, oh, that's, you can come walk by and be like, oh my goodness, look at that little pretty whatever. Oh, it's coming out, it's green and everything. But in actuality, that growth is not good because that growth is in an area that wasn't ordained to grow. So what am I saying for this gospel in the garden? That we can be rejoicing of growth. Watch this. But we're growing not in the area that God ordained. This right here, this plant is growing, but you weren't ordained to grow there. This was ordained for the rocks, the landscape. This growth is unauthorized. So in other words, we can look at different things in our life, right? And we can see some things and be like, oh man, blah, 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 blah. And we can see some things that we consider gain. But yet that gain may not be the gain that God has ordained. For example, let me give this a quick example. Relationships. Somebody gains a relationship. Oh man, and we use the word dating. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. But let's say you're dating somebody, so you gain a relationship. But yet, what if that is not the gain that God is calling you? What if that's not the gain that's been ordained for your life? What if God is having you for this season appreciate the time that he's spending with you and him to build you up? I'm just saying, we got to really look at some of these gains. We got to look at some of the things that's growing, because it may be growing, it may be growth to us, but to God, God is saying that's not true growth because I didn't ordain it. Because if I was ordaining it, it'd be in the right place. So some things that we consider blessings may not be the blessing that we think is a blessing because God did not ordain it. Yeah, you want a house. It may not be the time for that. It may not be the time of some of the things that we believe that are gained. Why? Because God says it's not the times that are ordained it. So even though you think this plant, I walk by it, is green, is looking good, but I'm about to pull it up. Why? Because it wasn't ordained to grow there. This is your gospel in the garden. Hey, watch the growth.